Lesson number 9. The rose. We will start this drawing out by practicing a couple of simple drawings first. The first drawing is going to be a bowl. And we need to start again with the ellipse. That is a foreshortened circle. So instead of looking totally round, it's got kind of a point to the oval. Looks like it's been pinched a little bit. Now this is the top of our bowl, and we do a little U underneath to give us the outline. I'm going to darken this up with my pencil now because I've sketched it in. That blue line represents just the sketch. And we could add a light source to this bowl. Now, if the light hits this rim of the bowl, then inside it's going to be quite dark. This side of the bowl is in the shade. And it's going to get gradually lighter. And over here, this side is going to get really dark because it's in the shade. It's going to get gradually lighter. And that is the basic bowl. That's our first practice drawing. Give it a little horizon, a little shadow, but that's just quickly done. The second drawing that I want to do in preparation for the rose is a flag. So we'll just make a little flagpole, and we'll have the flag sort of curl away from us, but then it's going to curl back in. And I'm going to take this point, which is the edge of my flag, and there's a corner, so that's going to go straight down a ways for the corner. And then I'll come out to this curl. And right here at the edge of the curl, it's very similar to this curl on our bowl drawing. It's the same thing here. We're going to have a straight line, though, just a vertical line. This goes down this far, and it looks like it needs to drop down a little bit, so it's going to be just a little bit lower and curl to the corner there. Now I need to add this edge in where this is the top of the flag. The bottom of the flag will be revealed down here, but we need to make sure it goes up a little bit. And so I'm going to push it up a little bit, and just like that, I have the very beginning of a flag. I can draw a little bit darker now, and again, considering the light source, if the light is coming in from this angle here, then this side will be dark on the inside of the flag. And it'll be a little bit lighter over here because the light will get to it. But the darkest edge will be down here. And we'll shade this gradually a little bit lighter, but this is the dark side, and it gets a little bit lighter as it comes in. There might be a little nook and cranny shadow here, not too much, but a little bit. Might be a little bit darker down here. Those nook and cranny shadows create contrast between light and dark, and that helps my eye to separate the foreground from the background, what's in front from what's behind. Shows the overlapping. Alright, so I've got my bowl and my flag. That's a practice. Now it's time to work on the rose. I'll just do that down here on my paper. I'm going to do this curl, but it's going to continue to spiral outwards, but it's a lot like this ellipse shape here. You see the ellipse that's begun right here? This is like an ellipse right there. So my rose is going to have an ellipse as well, but it's going to continue to spiral inward. So we'll start with half an ellipse. We're going to come in a little bit, and then we're going to get a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. See how it's like a spiral that's been foreshortened? That's what we're going for. And now, like we did with the bowl, we're going to make a big, deep U for our rose now. So I'll come up here. I'll come up here. Again, the blue marker is representing a sketch or a light line drawing with your pencil. Now, when I had this line going straight down at the corner, we're going to think about that and think about the edge of this curl of my rose. And we need to go down and meet the bottom of our bowl for our rose. And then this corner is repeated here. Just the tiniest little peekaboo line. That peekaboo line is essential though. And here's the edge of another ellipse, so another small peekaboo line. Just like that, it looks a lot like our curling flag. And we've got some value tips that we learned from drawing the bowl, and we can use both of those when we finish our rose. We might want to put a stem on it as well, maybe a thorn or a jagged rose leaf. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to think about a light source. Naturally, we've got to think about a light source. And if my light is coming from this angle, then this is going to be the dark side of the rose's bowl. And there'll be a dark side in here as well, in this little crevice, as the flower petals fold on each other. And then down here, we know this crevice is going to have some dark shadow. It's going to be darker here. At the bottom of the bowl or inside the rose is where it's darker. The light's going to reach the edge a lot more than it's going to reach the inner parts, the lower parts of our rose. Now you might want to give it a little bit of line work for some texture. And you could finish out your shading on the stem any way you choose. If you want bonus points, if you want to go a little further with this drawing, you could make multiple roses, like a dozen roses, starting with that ellipse. That could be the edge of my rose. Little peekaboo lines on the corners of my ellipse. There's not a corner, but that furthest edge, furthest reach of the ellipse is where the edge comes in. Could make a little bitty roses in the background. Have fun with it. That has been lesson number 9, the rose.